Merry Christmas and bright. Happy Vlogmas. Wyatt's coming in, he's starting the truck. Today is gonna be a double video, so that's exciting. The second part of this, not so exciting. But I thought I would first do a really quick Vlogmas, here's our day in the life, and then roll into the second video. So won't you join me for that? Today's Tuesday's vlog. Here we go.
Merry Alaska Vlogmas, from our family to yours. Join Modern Homestead Alaska as we see what kind of trouble we can get in this December outside of Wasilla, Alaska.
If you're wondering why I'm breathing hard and sweating, I am psycho cleaning my house at a pace that I don't normally operate in. And I've gotten the whole upstairs done. Like, done. It's vacuumed. Steps need vacuumed. But I did add some stuff to the tree, and I thought I would just share with you what we have to get done today. Oh, okay, so here's our family room, if you've never seen it. And then we got Roberto's on the tree, and then the cute, like we decided to do dog things. Live, love, wag, love is a four-legged word. And then joy at Christmas time for the poochies. And then I found these. These I got the year my oldest son was born. And when they were all little, in case they would break ornaments, we used to do just those like plastic hard ornaments on the tree for the little kids. Office, no change. But little Miss Cody, we got new bedding just for Christmas. I thought I ordered pillows. I clearly ordered pillowcases, so I need to get her 4 Christmas pink or pillows for these pillowcases. How cute will her bed be? She even painted that winter scene, her pink and silver tree. And you guys, when I was in here cleaning, holy, what teenager in the world? This pink, gray, white, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I want it. I want to. I don't believe in next lives, but if there were such a thing, I want to be Cody or Tipper. Yeah, I would choose a dog, but could you imagine teenage girl life? Holy cow. Okay, so we are psycho cleaning because when my family gets home, you'll see the second vlog, they get the bad news, and everyone is going to deal with it emotionally differently, even though we don't know anything for certain. And so I want the house, when they get in here and we talk to them, to be like peace. So here's me like dripping in sweat, psycho cleaning the house, so that this house can be at peace. When everyone gets here, whew, we gotta bring it down to calm. But first, we have to take Wyatt to practice. So I thought I would show you current conditions. So it's only snowed that much today. It's supposed to start at 3 this afternoon. That's in about an hour. And then it's just gonna hammer us another 12 inches. Happy Vlogmas, here we go. Bad news, Vlogmas, but you know what? We're gonna put on our good, happy attitude hat and see what today brings.
All the way. I'm trying my hands.
This is the neighbor that Aaron he did all that last night after he we all went inside, and him and Caleb came to check the road conditions to see if they could all get out in the morning. This is what we're down to, 1 lane. Erin was right. Cody's car probably wouldn't have made all of this, so she got a ride to work. But Erin saw that that neighbor was blocked in, and so he went and cleared them out. I hate to call them elderly, but they're in their 70s, maybe late 70s, early 80s. And I know there's been some health stuff, so it's just really important that we pull together during these times and make sure. First, we always worry about our neighbor at the end of the road. She has 3 little boys, and then we worry about the other neighbors, and then keep trucking along because they're gonna worry about us. So this is the head of our driveway, and Aaron did yesterday come in here and see how much he moved all of this snow, so that on this next storm, because behind me, the road where he crosses the road, it's getting too deep for the tractor to put it over the top because he pushes the snow out of the driveway. I did have my buckle on, but Roberta was throwing up, so I just had to take him out of the truck. So now that I'm back in, I thought I'd tell you. Obviously I don't grab the camera for a sick dog. Anyway, so because they plow it that way out, it's getting too tall. So now he's literally cleared someplace for the new snow to go. Things you have to think about. So let's get in the house, see what we can't get done today. If you're new around here and you've just been seeing storms, we do a lot of food content on our page, and we are supposed to be this month inspired by what is in the freezer. I'm gonna show you 2 things. So I'm gonna get some pork out for tomorrow, and I'm gonna do green chili, let it go all day. That's Aaron's favorite. And then I'm gonna show you what I found in here, remembered that we had, and how it inspired me. So this is that cheddar cauliflower. And I have these that I got on clearance. These are cheese and these are beef raviolis. And some bacon, and that cheese cauliflower made me think, I am gonna make an actual cheesy sauce, but we're gonna get the cauliflower, make it part of the cheesy sauce, put it over the raviolis. I've never made this. This is all in my head right now. And make some homemade bread. And then I have to get some butter out for Cody's cookies, get this stuff thawed out so I can make green chili tomorrow. But I'm gonna put a little bacon in the cheesy sauce with cauliflower over ravioli. We'll see if it's any good. Quick check-in. Dish is done. Sink's clean. That's all defrosting. Wait, kitchen reset. Oh, Hallelujah. Oh, that makes me feel good. I'm not even kidding you. I have these apples. I got them on clearance. Apples right now at the local grocery store ran between $4.99 a pound and $6.99 a pound. And I got these for 86 cents. And that was for a bag of like 5, but they have like little bitty spots, like something had happened, like maybe they got dropped. Anyway, we're gonna peel and slice those. Even if we freeze them, it doesn't matter. Cheap apples, get them in the family's belly. When Cody gets home, I'm gonna make her record a Christmas treat video with me because she's feeling well. And now I'm just down to floors. Look at how much this, we try every night to use this little shop vac here, and clean all that wood up. We do a pretty good job of it, but this weekend was something else, like for the record. Oh wait, literally, it was for the record books. So, you guys, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I feel so much better. So, I'm gonna vacuum and finish sweeping before Aaron and them start walking through the door. They are Christmas shopping. They made it to town, Christmas shopping. I think Cody said for Caleb, I know what he's getting. I won't tell in case he watches. But yeah, I have a few minutes. I can sweep and vacuum this. Until it stops snowing, I'm not gonna mop. No judgment for myself there. But yeah, doesn't it look like, okay, I was dusting with that rag. I will have that picked up, but hallelujah. Don't you feel better now? If you go and watch the second half of this, come back and watch this moment. I am feeling good. This moment, I feel good. Life is good. I know it's for dinner. I just spent 45 minutes of part of the video. I got through part of Becky's on Homestead's new video. She did a big freezer meal, and I got lots of inspiration. I thought it was kind of funny. She did a bechamel, and so you'll just have to go watch it, but she is so good to me, so good to the channel. Hats off to her. I go on and look for updates, and I found a video I hadn't seen yet, so she hung out. If you saw that in the video, that was the YouTube video I was watching, was actually Becky from Three Rivers Homestead, or not Three Rivers, Jessica's Three Rivers Homestead. She's had her baby. Congratulations. Little Hannah, welcome to the world. And then Becky from Homestead, two of my favorite channels. All right, we did it. We are gonna close out. I got all the floors done. Now I'm showing you this again. It's probably hard to tell. I did the steps. Vacuuming the steps is extremely time consuming. I absolutely hate that job. Give me a thumbs up if you also hate hand vacuuming your steps. Aaron and Cody are home. She's taking a rest. Aaron went to get Wyatt from the school for me. So God bless him. He was gone all day and then already left to do something for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for sticking around. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notifications. Thumbs up and comments help our channel to grow. Now, as we roll into video 2 of the day, if you're not interested in medical or personal things that happen around here, now's a good time to sign off. And you know what? There's no hurt feelings if that is how you feel. If you tuned in to just see our Alaska life, what we do every day, see me speed clean our house or do pantries or those sort of things, and you don't have an interest in an invested interest in my personal life and health and those sort of struggles, you don't have to watch this video. It really isn't a big deal. I do explain in the video that I truly made it in the moment when I was feeling what I was feeling for my family and friends that know and love me, documenting what I have walked through in this last year and some of the things I've already been through. So it's very emotional. I'm very emotional in it. And if that's not the jam, that's not your vibe today, sign off now. No big deal. No big deal. Honestly, no big deal. I'm gonna go though. I'm gonna make some Christmas treats for my family and dinner for my family because that's the headspace I'm in and where I want to be. So thank you for being here. I will see you guys later. Welcome back to Modern Homestead, Alaska vlogmas. It is Tuesday, December 13th. If you stick through the intro and any part of this vlog, God bless you. It's for about 5 people.
Welcome to our vlog. We are the Milnes family. We started building a modern homestead outside of Wasilla, Alaska in the summer of 2021. That's my husband, Aaron. I am Jessica, a stay-at-home wife and mom. Our second son, Caleb, lives here with us, along with our daughter, Cody Ann, and the youngest of our family, Wyatt. We brought our 2 dogs, Tipper and Daisy, and got a new addition, the Alaska dog, Roberto.
I'm interested, as many of you maybe are, of which intro you got. Tried that 5 times. If you're new around here, hello, welcome. Today might not be the vlog you want to watch. It might be the one you show up and say, I want to have a happy, cheerful day. But if you are new to my channel, I will say I started it for my family. I wanted to document our first year building this house and everything that goes into it. We're gonna get through this, I swear it. I'm a big girl. I'm gonna put on my big girl pants and we're gonna walk through this. So, everything inside me does not want to be recording right now. And like the dryer, you can hear in my closet running. Something in my heart and soul is saying, do this in the moment that you got the call for your husband and your children and those that know and love you. This is part of my story. This is part of my family story. We've walked this walk before. In Aaron's words, I'm gonna quote him. You've done it before. You'll do it again. You're the strongest woman I know. You're on the bed. Hopefully you'll stay there. I need to clean my house, and that helps me with my thoughts. My thoughts, man, let me tell you, you get news one day and your thoughts are racing. Laundry, and dishes are a solution to that. So what has happened? So backstory, I had hepatitis C, chronic hep C. And those of you that don't really understand the virus, if you just do a real short dive into the disease online, it's just gonna tell you it affects your liver. And if it's chronic or bad enough, you need a liver transplant. And it's kind of just like real vague. The truth of the virus is that it attacks every fiber of you. And mine was chronic, obviously. And at the time I needed treatment, my viral load, meaning how much of the virus is in your blood, was really high. Hang on. Maybe a little light might help me today. And what it was doing at the time was attacking everything. My feet were really bad, like it hurt the nerves in my feet really bad. So I went from 130, 140 pounds. I started gaining weight. And then I went to the insurance and asked for treatment, and I don't know if it's still the case in the United States, but at the time, this was just a few years ago actually, we still considered hepatitis C treatment, even though there's massive commercials and go get treatment, blah, blah, blah. Our insurance companies call it experimental. Well, experimental simply means that your insurance company doesn't have to pay for treatment. So for me to get treated cash out of pocket, $98,000 is what our family needed to come up with in cash in order for me to get treatment that didn't have a guarantee whether it would work or not. How do you do that twice? You know, that's someone's year's salary. I mean, most Americans don't even make that in a year, like on average. So it's more than a lot of people's year's salary. And the nice little note they wrote me was, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not an alcoholic, and I don't have multiple bedroom partners, which meant my risk of sharing the disease was really low. So because I'm not out spreading hepatitis around, I didn't get to get treatment. Well, anyway, I went to India. India saved my life. The United States gave India our American patent drug, and India said anyone that basically I'm ad-libbing what they said. They said the United States was denying the world life-saving medication, and that after all of it was set up and done, anyone that came to India would be treated. The sad part for those in India is the cost of the medication in India is the same like year's salary for the upper middle class of their country. That was a year's salary, same situation. So men and women are fighting the same battle there, even though they can get, you know, diagnosed or prescribed the drug. They can't afford the drug, and they don't have insurance like we have. So anyway, long story short, I went to India and got my medication, and the US drug has a steroid in it that helps you. Well, I was allergic to the Indian medication and caused this massive blistering rash on my face that went up my nose. It was traveling internally, and everything that happens on the outside of the skin is happening on the inside. So they put me on steroids, and they were injecting them into like these muscles right here, and then they were giving me them orally. But the reason they were doing it is because my viral load in my blood test was going down, which meant the medication was killing the virus, but I wasn't doing well, and believe it or not, I did better than most. Well, I then got steroid-induced Cushing's. If you don't know what that is, meant I gained a massive amount of weight, and we have fought like the dickens to get it off, and I've resolved to the fact that I will never be the size woman that my husband married. That's okay. Most of us aren't, and he's not the size man I married. And I love every single inch of that man. So, anywho, that's the shortest version of that story. Let's talk about what happened today. We have to keep working. It's the only way I'm making it through this. Like this concentration on hanging up clothes, believe it or not, is actually helping me. We had a conversation. I had gotten super sick with my kidneys. I get kidney stones. I've had a lot of issues. And I told you all I was going to the doctor the first week of December. Sorry about the lighting. It is what it is. Go with me today. Half of y'all probably tuned out by now anyway. So I told you I was going to go to the doctor first week of the month, and I did. I went December 1st as the exact date and had some blood tests ran. And my doctor and I, she's brand new to me, said, you know what, why don't we? I could have opted out. Why don't we run liver and kidneys? It's not mandatory. My insurance will pay for it. It's no big deal. But because it had been 4 or 5 years since I last got, good numbers back, let's go ahead and do it. especially with my infection that had gone up to my kidneys and required several rounds of antibiotics. So let's see how everything's functioning. Fine, that's fine. Let's do it. So we did, and my doctor said, I will not call you unless something's off. Well, while we were there, we do take note. Since I moved to Alaska, I've lost 40 pounds. And someone congratulated me. Thank you very much. And I lost that 40 pounds. You wanna know what I did? Nothing. I got happy. I woke up every day. I look out at the lake. I'm grateful. My surroundings are beautiful. I do not have a stressful job. I do not leave my house if I don't want to. I love where I live, you know? And I was just motoring around like we were building this house. I did all the tile in the bathrooms. Cody and I installed the floor. You know, Aaron and the boys and I, we've built this home. And it brought so much joy, but so much physical labor that I lost 40 pounds doing nothing. No diet change, nothing. And the doctor's like, congratulations. You still need to lose another 10. I don't need to be on blood pressure medication, but the blood pressure was kind of ticking up. She's like, we need to consider diet, exercise, some of that, some changes. And I said, sure. And we started on all that. And I have until March 1st to lose 10 real pounds. That's not crash diet that we're talking about here. We're talking, you will lose 10 solid pounds and keep it off. And then we're gonna keep ticking our way down to bring my blood pressure down, to get my body heal time, let your body settle into that weight, take another weight off, so on. I got the phone call today because I wasn't supposed to get a phone call. And here's where I lost it. I lost it because I've already had this phone call so many times. And it is so frustrating that your brain starts to think, when is enough enough? I'll tell you what she said. Okay, I'm trying to make my bed. I might just sit for this part. Here we go. So she said, they just jump right into it, right? Like she just goes, your liver function is not great. And this call I've gotten like 8 times. I've always managed to battle it, bring it down. My blood sugar, also not great. Blood sugar is fine enough that if I lose the 10 pounds, stick to the diet and do everything concerning the liver, then the blood sugar should be fine. And we'll retest that 6 to 9 months. Okay, fine. But the liver phone call, and now see me like cleaning, I'm calm. For the liver phone call, I just played it all like happy-go-lucky, like I try and do in life, and then hung up with them and just lost it. Like, texted my sister. She then responds, what are you talking about? I'm about to pass out. I almost threw up. Like, is so upset about it. And then I texted Darren and said, I just need a deal for a minute, but I need you to know I'm not okay right now. It really just hit me. And it's not that it's that bad. It's not that it's bad enough that we're going to do the whole gamut of tests on my liver again. So it just feels like starting over what I've already been through to try and heal my liver. And it just feels like, when is it gonna be enough? When am I ever gonna get that phone call with my health that says, you're fine, you're good to go, keep on trucking, little mama, you know, like, you're doing great, you don't need to lose any weight, you don't need to change your diet, you don't need to. When is it going to be enough. And I felt a little sorry for myself. And then my mind goes back to the past of not what I've been through, but what I watched my children go through as they watched me go through it. And I was reminded of two stories, and this is why I'm so upset today. One was, Cody has a trust from an injury. She almost died, and it was someone else's fault. And it's just locked in a trust. It doesn't matter. The point was, she was 9 when I got the phone call or the letter that they wouldn't treat me. And a 9-year-old understands numbers. They understand that I had called the pharmacy who was trying to fill the medication, trying to get the insurance to pay for it. And they said, you need $98,000, and Cody has that money in a trust in her little 9-year-old self. Just sat there bawling on the couch because I didn't mean to put it on her. It just all happened in front of them. And she says, Mom, take my money. I want to save your life. And Aaron and I had to sit down and explain to our 9-year-old that yes, she had enough money to save her mom's life, but that's not what that money was for. And there's a whole bunch of legal stuff involved in it, and that she couldn't use it for that. And I watched her little heart just break. Oh. I blew my nose, conducted myself. Anyway, when I watched her break like that, it lit a fire in me, because a child will absorb the responsibility if I wouldn't have gotten treatment, if I wouldn't have made it. What if? What I didn't want was her to walk through life feeling responsible had I not made it. So I was gonna fight like the Dickens to not put that on my child. So, and after I got treatment, story's turning out way too long. After I got treatment, my nerves, they don't heal overnight. Nothing heals overnight. I'm so overweight at the time. Everything hurts. I'm having issues. My heart is palpating from premature palpitations from the steroids have damaged my heart. So the doctor put me on medication that lowered my heart rate to like 23 beats a minute. So then the valve became lazy. So that's what you hear when I am gasping for air. It's just I have a lazy valve in my heart. I've worked myself off all those medications. And what I have done since treatment for my kids is a couple of really, what I think are wild and crazy things. Aaron and I trained, and the kids trained with us one day, and my ankles were giving out and my feet were swollen, and I was in complete tears carrying this stupid pack because the following weekend we were gonna climb Havasu Falls, Havasupai, however you pronounce it, 13-mile hike with our packs in the snow because it was snowing that time of year. And I was gonna do that because this virus had threatened to take my feet from me. The ability to walk, the ability to hike, the ability to get out there and see the beauty. And I was going to prove to my kids that there is nothing in this life that would hold you down so far that if you don't fight back, it'll consume you. But if you fight back, you can win. That's the message I wanted to give them. And by golly, we're on that hike, and Cody is just like, let me just carry your pack. Let me just lift you up. Let Dad help carry you. The boys had already hiked ahead of us, and they were already back at the camper, just like napping, waiting on us. They don't realize how bad I had gone down. And I couldn't do it. I'm like, no, I will do this. It has to be on me. And we made it. But there she was again, trying to carry me through life. But I made that hike, and I got down, and I lost it. Like, Aaron and I just stood at the bottom of this massive turquoise waterfall that I also had to climb this giant, like crazy weird stair steps that are like the most slippery thing you've ever seen in your life. And my body is like giving out. I'm done. It is quit level. And Aaron's like a little gazelle, just like running around everywhere. And we just cried, and I just cried, and I said, I know God wanted me to see this. I knew in that moment that God had created that beauty for me. And if I would just keep fighting, I'd just keep telling my story, and I'd just keep encouraging others, there was more beauty out there for me to experience. And I was so emotional, but I made that stinking hike. There's more. Anywho, after that, the next summer, I did something I'm so afraid of. And I love it when I hear the kids tell people this story. I went to the doctors, went on extreme shots, B vitamin shots, weight loss shots, 1,200 calorie diet, stupidity. The doctors were like, I honestly don't think you can lose the weight, but they'll let you take whatever you pay for. So I lost some of the weight. It wasn't permanent, obviously. So I lost some weight, and Aaron and I try every year to do a couples trip. That's how we ended up in Alaska, living here, whole 9 yards. After the hepatitis, we just really put our marriage and this relationship with this other person to be like forefront and really important. So we went to the Bahamas, and I swam with sharks. Yeah, you heard me right. Swam with the sharks. What they do is they drop food down in the bottom, and everyone gets out on one rope, a whole boat worth of people. And they're like, don't move around, don't do this. Aaron gets on the rope first, and I knew if I don't go now, I'm not going. This is not something I wanted to do or looked forward to do, but I thought I can conquer my own fears, fear of death, fear of loss, fear of whatever. And I will prove to my children, I said to Aaron on the boat, I am doing this so I can tell my kids there's nothing they're afraid of that they can't do. I get on that rope second, go all the way out to the end, all the way out to the end. Everyone else gets on the rope. What do you think happens? We're out there, little snorkels on, and the sharks finish eating whatever it is that they've dropped to the bottom. And here come the sharks up. So they tell everyone to start coming back to the boat. Well, I'm number 2 in line, which means I now have to wait as these sharks are coming up for everyone else to swim back and get on to the boat. I hated every single second of it. I would totally not recommend it, but by golly, I stinking did it. I climbed out there. I did the sharks. I did the whole thing. That was another one of the things. We then came to Alaska. We wanted to catch king salmon. We wanted to chase that dream, do something we've never done. We wound up here. My story feels way off track, but this is for my children. This is for my family, those that know and love me. That's what this video is for. So I'm reminding you, I did all of these things. So today, when my husband calls me, I'm now going to tell you what he says. Gasping. See, we're going to be all right. So Aaron calls, and you know, to be honest, I'm tired of the phone call and it always not being great. And he says, but you will get through this. And sometimes you don't want to hear that, believe it or not. Sometimes you want the person on the other end to just be like, man, that really sucks, which is exactly what my sister does, which is why I call her or text her first, and she just goes, I hate it. You know, like she just feels my emotion and validates my emotions and then is there for me after. And Aaron's like, but you are the strongest woman I have ever met. And then I got super emotional when I hung up with him, because I think about this man and what he's had to walk through. And, you know, he was there in the quiet moments when at one point, I was just reminded, we were praying that I would live long enough that I would see Wyatt graduate high school. Do you know I still have a year and a half before that prayer is answered? And it hits you like a ton of bricks that I've literally prayed for that day. And I still have a year and a half before that day comes, and Aaron's like, you're gonna make it. And then I'm reminded, like, he's rough and tough and cranky, and people sometimes mention that in the videos. And all of the people that this video is for know that I literally married a grizzly bear who just growls, the most harmless growl, and he is the most genuinely loving person I've ever met in my entire life. And that I honestly believe there's no one on this earth, sorry Mom, Dad, I love you, but no one loves me like Aaron does. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, he is so in love with me. It's so bizarre. And I remember, like, the words that come out of his mouth actually come because this great big burly man who everyone laughs at him, says he has two emotions. He's either super happy or angry, and there's no in between. There is so much in between. It's a total lie, but we tease him about that because he's just so black and white. And when I went through the battle and I was fighting depression and all of those different things, Aaron would call our counselor. He would counsel himself. Like, he, instead of saying, like, woe is me, my wife is sick, whatever, he would call her and say, how can I support Jessica? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? How do I help her? How do I make her better? He needed it fixed. Like, don't get me wrong, but what kind of man loves you so much that instead of just trying to fix you, he wants to know how he can support me, how he can love me better during those or these times. And I'm just, no matter what happens in life, if my kids watch this video later or whatever, I am married to a man that loved me so much. He would ask how to love me better in these dark times so that we could get through to the bright days. So, and all of this, and it just comes flooding back because you are afraid. You don't know what the tests are going to show up. I'm going to close out with a good point. So, how I'm feeling. I hope you've seen from this story that, yes, it's hard and we fought and it's scary, but there's so much victory and triumph. There's so much that's been overcome. And above all, the heart to know that you're loved and you're valued. That's what truly matters at the end, is my family loves me. And I do things for them that maybe mom shouldn't be doing for 18, 19-year-old kids. I make their beds and I do their laundry and I make their dinner. And my kids have been through hell in order to see their mom get well. And when I'm well, I want to care for them, because there wasn't me and YouTube on the days where I couldn't walk. And 9 and 10 and 11-year-old kids are heating up soup and so on in order to help put dinner on the table. That's where they learn to cook, is having a sick mom. And so my kids have kind of become in part who they are because of our raising, but also in part through what they've had to watch and where they've had to help when they didn't always want to help. They didn't always, sometimes you want to be 9, sometimes you want to be 10, 11, 12, 14, whatever it was. Sometimes they just want to be that, and they were such good, compassionate people that they cared through all of it. So I'm very humbled today. I'm scared. But at the end of the day, I remember this. God made that water flow for me. He has so much more beauty out there for me. And he knows me. He knows that yesterday I stood there. I had to shut off the camera because I was crying. Seeing Cody down by the lake and the way the sun was. That every single day he has made in me, created in me a heart that is full of gratitude for the life that he's given me. Full of hope for what tomorrow brings. Full of love for the people who have loved me through it all. And the precious blessings that are my husband, my children, my family. And some really, really good friends along the way who have loved me through all of it. He's created in me a grateful heart for all of that. So today I close out saying, let's find something to be grateful for. That's it. That's how I've made it through all of this, is a mindset that I can sit here and cry and be upset and tearful and scared and anxious and the whole 9 yards. But in me is a heart that says, look at the beauty he has created. The God of the universe loves. My counselor always says to me, I love that you've never doubted God's love for you. And I have it because we're not promised these perfect, magical lives. Pain is here on earth. Heaven is without pain. I've never doubted his love for me, and I don't doubt it now. And that's my encouragement, and that's how I walk through these things. And there's been way worse stories than the one I'm telling you. We've gone through some things that will probably never become public. At least I'll never tell the story. So, and in it all, if we look around, I can still see God's grace and his goodness. How blessed am I that I've only told 2 people. And of those 2 people, both of them love me so much that they will jump into the fire with me. How blessed am I that that's who surrounds me. So yeah, I have a real reason to be scared or frightened, and it could turn out all the diets and exercise and everything they're telling me to try, it can all work, and I pray that it does. And if you'll be praying that it does, that would be really excellent, really helpful. But no matter what, man, God has loved me. He has been so good. And so my prayer for anyone watching this, to my kids and my family and those that know and love me, no matter what you're going through today, remember how loved and cherished you truly are. Get up and fight. Make your bed. It's a new day. Make your bed. We're going to make our bed because today's a new day. We're going to truck along. We're going to make our family dinner. We're going to do the very, very best that we can given the situation. And I will not sit down. And I will not be defeated. I don't have time for that. Neither does my family. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this was not what you expected. I, again, will reiterate, I agreed to do this channel 2 videos a week. guaranteed for my family for 1 year because I wanted to document our year, and today is a big day in our family's year, and where it leads we don't know, but here's the truth. Here's the truth of my heart for my family and those that love me. So anywho, I will catch you in the next video.